You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV.
Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV. Shout out. Welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV.
He was good.
Always been there. And Von made it through 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it through 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went and he died because he went into shock. So he was making 2 surgeries.
Welcome back to Soda TV. You know, there you have King Von's blood cousin, Balo, saying that King Von survived 2 surgeries, but he came out of it after the second one and went to, you know, going at the nurses. You feel me? The only people that could have saved his life, or the only person, because we don't know how many nurses was in there, but you know, it's made to say as if it were only one. You know, and he was so traumatized, according to Balo, his cousin, that he came up out of there asking for his blick. You know, and if he could have, my thoughts were, if he could have got a hold to the blick, or if he would have had access to the blick, what was he going to do with it in the hospital? You feel me? Was he going to blick down the nurses, the people that was trying to save his life? The only opportunity he had to live at that time, you were going to unalive the nurse, huh, King Von? You know, and according to Balo, King Von passed away because he basically went into shock. So from the story, right, you got a person coming up out of surgery. You know, he basically hallucinating, right? Let's just call it for what it is. He out of it, thinking basically he on the battlefield at this point. And yeah, he is so traumatized that he, you know, basically hallucinates his way. Not, it's crazy trying to put it into words, but like Balo said, he passed from going into shock. But you know, to as of yesterday, we are finding out that, you know, this is nowhere in the none of the stuff that Balo is saying is in the medical examiner's report. You know, this report just surfaced out of nowhere on to social media. I was trying to find out exactly where was it, Facebook that it surfaced on? Man, you know, when things like this happen, you gotta wonder who is putting this information out there. Like, was some of the nurses that worked there feeling ATTACKED by Balo that they, you know, released it under a fake page, or was it even on their own page? These are the questions you got to ask. But anyway, I got that work for you. I got a hold of the medical examiner report, and we're going to go into it and see if anything that Balo said was true. You feel me? That's what we finna get into. Before I do, I gotta ask you to please tap that like button. It don't cost you a red cent. You know, we ain't asking for money here. We just ask for support. I do a lot when it comes down to this research. Share this with family, friends, etc. Don't be stingy with the content. Subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to do it now and you would like to wait to see if I earn your subscription, we can do that. I'll be there to remind you at the end of this video to do so. Last but not least, tap that notification bell, keep you notified on any and everything this channel post. You feel me? So I'm not gonna waste too much time reading the whole report, even though I'm gonna post it, but I'm gonna read all of the main parts. So this is the actual report coming from Fulton County Medical Examiner. It says on 11/6/2020 at approximately 0554. So what is that? 554? What is that? What is that gonna be, AM or PM? Like, I don't know why they put stuff like that. I don't know. But that don't matter. The FCMEO received a phone call from the registered nurse Mac Brody of Grady Memorial Hospital operating room. You know, this is where King Von was taken to Grady Memorial Hospital. Don't forget that. And a follow-up call from Officer Rutledge of Atlanta Police Department Zone 5 to report the passing of tentatively identified black male, this is King Von, Davon Bennett. You feel me? And I want to go down. You see, it goes into describing that how many times he was hit. You know, they came in his direction, striking him several times. He was then transported to Grady Memorial Hospital, where he sustained several blick wounds. It had the amount of holes that Von had in them. But anyway, this is the important part. The descendant was moved into the operating room where he was administered 3 rounds of epinephrine. That's probably, you know, it's the medicine. Who knows whether it was pain medicine or if it was to keep him out of shock or to keep him sedated. But they gave Von these rounds of medicine and shot him 5 times with no success. Dang. So he was basically lifeless. The descendant was then pronounced at 0448 hours by Dr. Stephanie Boosby. The descendant sustained 5 wounds. Yeah, this is the part where it talks about 3 to the back and 1 to the right groin and 1 to his upper left shoulder. Yeah, man, that's crazy. There was no known medical or social history at this time of report. Dang. So King Von, it was, how many? Is it 7 altogether? No, 5 wounds. But in stuff like that though, like I believe if it wasn't in his back, he probably would have made it. Probably, you feel me? I'm willing to give it 100% chance, because in the back, that's where you got your main stuff, man. Your spine. You feel me? That's why I got paralyzed from 1 wound, and it didn't go through my back, or it didn't start at my back, but it ended up in my spine. It went through my rib cage, under my arm, through my rib cage. It went through my lungs, pierced my lungs, right, and the bullet lunged into my spine. So that's the last place you want anything to happen to your back wall, that, you know, your spine, and it's other things back there. You're better off getting popped in the front, and just a it avoiding your heart. You know what I'm saying? I was told by law that any and everything that goes on in those operating rooms, when it comes to stuff like this, it has to be in that report. In that report that I just read to y'all. You feel me? They have to detail it, everything in that report. So I'm like, dang, all this stuff that Balo said, ain't none of it in the report. But still, I ain't gonna lie, like, Balo don't strike me as a liar or a person that would, at a time like this, be clout chasing their cousin and lying about something that's serious. You feel me? It's just too serious to be lying. And not only that, when it all boiled down to it, and King Von was fighting them M charges, and everybody left him, his homies, family, you know, everybody thought King Von was done and he was never come home. Just go look at them Taste 600 interviews. Listen to all Balo's interviews. Listen. You know, King Von was down fighting that time and looking at that drama. And Balo stayed. Balo made all those court dates, visits, I'm sure money and stuff. You know, phone calls, every rip. You feel me? That's what counts. So I don't think I think Balo got way too much love for Von. But I don't know why it's not in these reports. It's either one of the two, man. Like, it's hard, man. Like, to call Balo a liar. Like, a lot of people making videos saying that Balo lied. You feel me? Because they putting it against this report. And these people that's reporting this stuff, they jobs are on the line. Like, this is their life. So what they got to lie for? You feel me? But either Balo is a lying sack of shh, or the hospital needs to be investigated. You know what I'm saying? Because there's something very suspicious going on. You know, I got to ask y'all a couple questions. I would like y'all to let me know, is Balo on a social media clout run, telling lies at the expense of his beloved cousin, King Von? You feel me? Let me know that. And if this is true, man, Balo must be stopped. He must be stopped. For real. If this is true, man. Or do we need to be looking at this Grady Memorial Hospital with a side eye? Do they need to be investigated? Do people need to be out there protesting? Y'all also let me know that. We gonna get down to the bottom of this, cause man, it's beyond me. Cause I'm one of the ones that originally reported Balo going live saying that King Von survived 2 surgeries, and I believe that third one, you know, would have made him shake back, and that King Von started going at the only people that can save his life. I reported that. So just to find out that stuff may be a lie, that kind of, you know, I ain't even related to King Von. That hurt me. So y'all answer them 2 questions, right? I asked 2 questions. Answer that. Along with that, please hit that like button. Share this. As I said in the beginning, subscribe. You know, you told me if I earned it, just let you know at the end and remind you, and you'll get that done. So that's what I'm doing. Last but not least, tap that notification bell, keep you notified on any and everything this channel produces. This is the self-proclaimed #1 celebrity news channel on YouTube at this time, Soda TV. I'm out of here.